Alright, welcome back to Satisfactory. We're down here at the motor factory. As you can see, I've done a little bit of aesthetics on it. I didn't play Satisfactory very much this week. I was actually playing Enshrouded and Planet Crafter, and then on Wednesday I saw that they dropped the anniversary for the 1.0 release, so I figured I'd hold off on doing very much in game until I was able to be here with you guys. So what I've done in here is I put on windows. I haven't purchased the roofs yet, so we have a catwalk set up so we can come down, walk along here, check out our machines, then come over here. So we have built up a little bit of motors. Most of my playing I did it earlier today. So we have that going on. I don't know if I'll keep all 4 windows or if I may take out this top row and do this wall panel in place of. I'll figure it out later. Alright, so as I said, the anniversary dropped. There is some stuff that happens, or there's no activities to do like there was at the Christmas or holiday, winter holiday event. That's what I'm going to call it. I know calling it Christmas is objectionable because not everyone celebrates Christmas. It was called Fixmas, that's what it was called. Alright, so as you can see there in the hub, there's some stuff going on. The music there is really loud, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the music that I have currently playing. So we got some pizzas, balloons, lights, disco floor, a cake. I guess if I had my coffee mug, I could interact with the coffee machine. What is on that pizza? Alright. Cardboard standee. We've even decorated the toilet. I think that kind of is adorable, but weird too. Alright. I wish I could turn this down or off. It's quite loud. Alright. First things first. Let's get our jetpack situated.
Milestone reached. Fix-It has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
Alright, let's build ourselves the jetpack. Actually, let's not. I need those motors. Oh yeah, I can do it. Alright. Okay, jetpack is made. What I can do actually here, grab these motors, restock that. Guess I'll just have some extra pipes. Not a big deal. Okay, that's going to return in a few minutes, so while we wait for that to return, let's go ahead, take all some mycelium. So for this one we need to get polymer resin. Alright, sulfur, we need to get plastic.
Object scanner magnetic sensitivity increased. It can now detect the signal of any hard drives at crash sites in your region.
Smokeless. Alright. I do have extra stuff, so like when we get the smokeless powder, I'm hoping to be able to make that, or research that. We could possibly research that as well today. Depends on how quickly we get rubber and plastic set up. I would love to get this researched, but we don't have enough computers or heavy modular frames. As far as deuterium goes, we need to get plastic. So this will be something we'll do probably in the next time I stream. Alright. So I did go over there earlier today, and I did change the paint scheme of some of the machines. I painted the concrete production to be basically this thing, this palette, this color scheme right here. So the constructors will look like this. I also painted the miner for the limestone to look like that as well. Alright, we got another minute and a bit before we can get the fuel. Okay. So the jetpack goes in the back. It's going to replace the parachute. Currently I only have solid biofuel for it. Let's actually give myself a full stack of that. At some point we'll get a liquid fuel to use, just not quite yet. Alright, here it comes. There it is.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Alright. Valves are weird and wonky. I'll be honest, we don't want to really use them. So, nothing new is really in this other than the valve. Production, we now have oil extractor right there. And we have the refinery right here. So what we want to do is I want to build a basic temporarily oil processing. So I want to take 60 crude oil, I want to produce 20 rubber and 20 plastic, and this tells me I should change it into fuel. I can't burn the fuel, I can't sink it, it's not good for us. So what I've done is after I set these, I said okay, I get 60, I came into items and input, I changed my crude oil to 60. So we're going to come back here to production, we're going to search for, I'm just going to do a search for Coke, and then I'm just going to tell it to maximize. So from the heavy oil residue I'm going to be getting from these, I'm going to produce 90 petroleum coke, and we're just going to throw that into an awesome sink. So the next question is, where do we go for oil? So currently the base has been in this area right here. We got some deuterium going on down in this area. So let's turn on the oil. So we have oil here, way over here, here. If we keep going, we have oil here. Sorry. Need to turn off the resource wells. Can't access those. I'm going to save these four for my major fuel plant that I'm going to be constructing. Probably in a couple streams. I want to do some hard drive hunting before we really get into proceeding down the further path with these tiers. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up our first oil processing here, because I already have power running down this way. It's just a matter of extending it, continuing on to extend it. So that's what we'll do and get that going. Also, we can now scan for oil by doing that. I don't think any of them are going to pop up. We're too far away. Oh, they did show up. Yep. So we're going to head down to these ones down here. I think there's something wrong with my deuterium factory. We'll have to go check that out. I did not set up the smart splitter correctly. And this will be overflow. Alright. So this here, I've made it so this will produce 200 quick wire per minute. I have plans for 100 of it going into storage. Not that I really need 100 of it going into storage. And then the other 100 will go into a AI limiter factory. I just haven't set that one up yet. Okay. Now these can actually go a lot further away. That sounds like it's a little bit loud. Audio. Chainsaw gas mask. Parachute. Zip line. Let's turn that one down. I'll just make it 80. Okay. Okay. That's a lot better. All right. First, let's see. This is impure. We'll probably use that impure later. Alright. Let's have it shoot off in that direction. This is just going to be temporary. Okay. So that's going to be 90, so this actually needs to be Mark II. No, we won't. So this is the first time where we have what's called a byproduct. So when we hover over it, I selected the wrong ones. So we have plastic. So it takes in crude oil, produces plastic, gives us heavy oil residue. This one should be that one. So we take in one thing and we're getting out two things. So we always have to do something with the byproduct, because we really want just the rubber or the plastic, so we have to process it into something else. And we're going to downclock that to 90. Okay. Okay, we'll do overflow center, and this one will do plastic to go that way. And we'll put rubber on this one. Okay. And of course, dimensional depot it, so we have some wherever we go. Alright, now let's do another one. Okay, for this one, oh, sorry, I needed to have plastic. So we gotta bust out the MAM. Okay, actually while we wait for that, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to let it back itself up and try and get 100 polymer resin. Okay, this is under sulfur.
Research completed. Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
Alright, so we just need to get some more rubber and smokeless powder. Actually, this one's first. Okay, we're up to 30. One thing that we can do is put down a fluid buffer. Oh. So this will slowly fill up, and then we do the full pipe network, and we flush it, and that will clear it out. But we have to do that manually, and really all we're doing this for is the 100 polymer resin. Alright, how are we doing on rubber? Oh, we already got a full... That's awesome, we already have a full stack of it. I'll leave it in there till we get 100 of it. Let's see, what was that one? That one, so we need motors. Okay. I'm just double checking to make sure we're hitting everything today. I do want to do this one, I just didn't have enough fabric at the time. I think I ran out of mycelium and I haven't gone out to collect any more. Alright, where are we at? Perfect. Oh, we gotta do heavy oil residue. Well, that is an easy fix. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Somebody was asking me a question, so I had to let them know that I wasn't interested at this time. Okay, while we wait for that to build up, let's go do our mycelium.
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric, and also amplifies body odor.
Gee, thanks, Ada. Alright. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do back at base. Oh well, we'll get it before the end, before I call it quits, before we stop streaming today. What I'll probably do, I want to set up a weapons factory. So I think what I'll do is tap one of these impure nodes here. When we get packaging, I'll package it up, start a loop of containers, empty containers to full containers, and have it and transport the oil via tractor, you know, back over to here. My weapons factory that I'm thinking about making is this one here, called the Weapons Depot. I'm going to produce pulse nobelisks, explosive rebarb, and rifle ammo. It is quite large, but I only want to produce one of each per minute, not even a full machine's worth. So we need very little input. So it'll be quite interesting to set up. One thing I will be adding will be adding the gas filters. And again, I only want to produce one per minute. And eventually the ionized gas filter, but that's not till a long ways away when we're starting to do radioactive stuff. So this will be the fuel factory that I plan on producing. I'm going to have to hunt down circuit boards, hard drives, because I am using the alternate electrode circuit board. I like this one because I can use rubber here, which will make my heavy oil residue. I kick that over into refineries, then I produce a little bit extra rubber to get me to that 120 rubber that I need to make my 30 circuit boards. We are going to be making quite a bit of stuff, so it is possible that I won't need to make fabric at the weapons depot. Maybe I'll just import it. I'll probably actually set up a train system because I'm going to be taking... This will be the one that I set up at the Gold Coast. And then run it all the way across. If we do 120 fuel... So fuel burners, they burn at a rate of 20 per minute, so that's 56 fuel generators that are not overclocked that I'll need to set up. I've actually already set this up in a different world. Are we getting backed up here? Nope, we're not. Perfect. That was an interesting glitch. Alright. What I should have done was just, remove the belt, not the awesome sink itself. Alright. So while we continue to wait, let's talk about vehicles. So currently, we have a truck station, we have our tractor.
Tractors can use any type of fuel and have a self-driving feature, much like Pioneers, only more reliable. While driving, you can record a path to automate vehicle resource transportation. Unlike early self-driving vehicles, tractors will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully subject to other means of surveillance.
So we have the tractor and then we have the buggy. They both have a cargo area. They also have a built-in crafting bench. Tractors have larger storage than the tractor, or tractors have larger storage than the buggies. They take any type of fuel, so I could throw in this coal or this petroleum coke or the solid biofuel. I think they'll take the other biofuel. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really carry that on me very much. So, they both have a self-driving feature. There we go. So we could start recording, enable autopilot. So this is if I could remember. Yeah. So also part of it is a truck station. I've actually already put one down, so Ada's not going to say anything. So with these truck stations, this is where your fuel goes. This is where you're loading, if this is one that you're picking up, and this is where you empty it out from. So fuel will go here. This is its inventory. You're going to say whether you're unload or loading. Truck stations can only do unload or load, with the exception of the fuel. Any truck that goes through the station, if the fuel bank in the truck or vehicle matches the same fuel, it will reload its fuel. But it can only do anything transported on the belt. So it doesn't work for transporting liquids. So if I want to transport liquids, from here to another base, we have to package it, which we don't have the ability to package yet. Okay, back into sulfur. Let's go ahead, start this research.
Explosive rebar unlocked. Rebar ammo that explodes on impact. Suitable for removal of unwanted obstacles, creatures, or limbs.
Okay, just a little bit more, and then we'll have enough to be able to make a rifle. And we'll go ahead and let this black powder be completely consumed. That way, my brain's failing. That way we don't have any left over, and then we have extra smokeless powder for making some rifle ammo. So I'm going to overflow to the left, none that direction. I've changed my mind on how I want to set this up. Okay. slightly off, but it works. Take that back down to 90 per minute. Okay, where's this? Right there. Okay. Alright, that will allow us to let these run till these are full, and then any extra will be sunk, and that'll keep these machines running till I decide to tear them down. Alright. Sulfur.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fix-it property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
Alrighty. So we gotta start doing some hard drive hunting. So let's look at this. Hard drives. Let's go up here. Unlocked by. Alright. So we are into tier 3 and 4. Actually, we're also into 5. This isn't horrible if you don't have any way to make the canisters, or if you're not near an oil but you want to package a liquid like biofuel fluid, water. You could use that right there. You could also use that one. So tier 5 oil processing. So we actually want to get this one right here, the electrode circuit board. I've never used that one. So this one takes us straight into heavy oil and gives us a little bit of resin. Not bad. We can get wire, mix it with rubber to get cable. It's probably more efficient. I don't know if that one's more efficient or not. Here's one that goes heavier on the polymer resin and then the heavy oil residue. The ones I'm really looking for is the pure copper ingot, pure iron ingot. Those are very useful. They'll especially be useful when we set up I'm having a brain fart. The heavy modular frames. Let's see. We're going to want this recipe for the heavy modular frames, I do not want to be using screws. And with this one, the concrete, we'll actually want to use right here wet concrete, which I already have it in the hard drive library, I believe. Yep, right here. In fact, we could probably, now that we have that, redesign one of my factories. Oh hey, there's a doggo there. I don't have any berries. I have yet to tame a doggo. So going back over to here real quick, coming back into this. This one. No, not that one. My industrial beams. So here we took 720 limestone, 6 constructors, but if we changed the recipe to wet concrete, alright, that didn't change it. Sometimes you have to come in and say, hey, we don't want the original recipe. So we could go down to 135 limestone, 2 wet refineries, and 1 water extractor for both those, which we have water underneath there, so that would be a better use of our limestone in that area. Maybe I'll do that off camera. Alright. I'm going to go ahead, let this stuff run. One thing I could do with this petroleum coke is set it up to being a coal powered generator, but it takes 25 per minute and we're only producing 90. So to me that'd be 4 underpowered coal power plants. Honestly, we're doing awesome on power right now. I'm not overly stressed about it. I mean, because I'm making 24,000. I'm not even, I have 1,900 roughly more to use, and the next major big build will be my fuel power plant. Alright, so let's run back to base. There we go. I thought it was gonna grab the wire. Alright, the thing I wanted to set up at the beginning, but I forgot, was to connect these into here. I've already hand put in some beams. Again, I got it running down, and the belt comes across. So what I've done with this smart splitter is I said, hey, you're going to kick steel beams to the left and to the right and then overflow out the center. Our storage here is already full. So unless I do a major build that uses beams, running belts, something like that, won't be an issue. So these will run down and until we get those. And this awesome sink, you know, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and print these coupons. So in a few minutes, again, those will be rolling up. We already have 4 made up. Oh, we're out of the beams. So we're producing 45, but we only need 30, so this will fill up and back up as well. Alright, let's go spend our tickets. Alright. I kind of do want these finishes, but I don't have enough tickets yet. Our big priority would be dotted, solid arrow patterns. Numbers, I guess. Where are we at? 16. Let's go ahead and do those. What do we get with this? Just standard roof stuff. Where are we at? 19. You know what? Let's not get those. Add to cart. Vial.
Fix-It does not guarantee improvement of workplace readability, efficiency, or safety with use of these patterns, since the process of deployment is dependent on pioneer skill.
Yeah, Ada. Alright. So kind of here's what I'm thinking. Let's load transportation. I call this an intersection. So I want to make these roads wide enough for a truck. Again, I wish. So, you know, that's sufficient. And that would be sufficient. But I think a truck is wider than normal. So let's go with concrete. Let's go with 1.5 meters. So this gives us a sidewalk. And then we go pattern, and I want a side dotted line. So this will kind of be our design for the roads. So let's go ahead, we'll save it. We will call this road straight away. Set directory. We'll put it there. Okay. So kind of the idea I'm going for. Let's actually head over here. Get me up. Alright. So I have this huge empty section here. So we line it up here. Next section would go there. Man, I need to double check my and then if I needed to do an intersection, we'd come in here. I'm not sure what I would do with this right here. Probably need to get another pattern or foundation style layout. What I'm thinking I want to do is have a central storage area, which, yeah, I realize with the depot it's not a big deal, but what if I do want to go get extra concrete for a project? The only issue with this design is that I can only go north, south, east, west. I mean, I guess I could technically curve it. I mean, it's lining up with the blueprint right now, so. Come on, I need a faster build speed. Or upload speed. I think I still only have 30 per minute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do right-hand drive. That means going forward we're on the right-hand side of the road. So for example, Then what I would do is I'd have a truck station here. I'd stop, pick up some stuff, pick up what I'm taking, and then get back, make sure I get back on the road the correct way. And then if I wanted to go this direction, I could. If I wasn't going fast, if I wasn't going. But that's kind of what I'm thinking I'll do with the road systems. And so what I would do is, rather than storing and having an awesome sink here, I wouldn't store this stuff here. I would build it and transport it to another location. For example, these are going to be used in the next leg of the elevator parts. I'm not sure which one is used in which, but we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And then, you know, these I don't want to keep here either. So anything extra, having it go into an awesome sink. So maybe the actually I could take those out and export them to someplace else. But then I would just pick these up in a truck and transport them to another location. To like a central for the encased beams, to a storage location that would have the dimensional depot on top of it. And then I would just have several little sub-factories. So like, I'd have a station for pickup at my motor factory, and my motors would be transported elsewhere. Same with my AI limiters and whatnot. And then I could also say, hey, I want to have some other factory. I'm not sure I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. I don't care which way they're facing as long as it's universally the same. If I was playing with the Lumen on, which I don't believe I am, options, video, I could put a sign here and have it illuminate, but I'm not going to. I have to play with the lighting settings. I just know I've watched other streamers who have done like the Lumen, and while it looks really nice, it's really hard to see at night. Construction really loves I don't know if you guys have watched his latest series that he did, a cyberpunk city. It took him several streams to get to that point. I actually stopped watching his streams after a while, just because it was a bit much for me. Made me feel inferior, to be honest. Because he just makes huge mega factories. And then he's like, this isn't a mega factory, this is barely a factory. He's an awesome... I learned a lot from him, so... Yep. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and we will do this one as well. Let's pull out a little bit of rubber. We'll have to run over and get those encased industrial beams, actually. We'll do it this way. I don't have any others. Alright. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 3... Clear it. No. All right. I was too aggressive with using my fuel.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Alright, so this is a truck. Again, it carries a lot more than the tractor. Has the crafting bench. And it is a wide beastie. Is it as wide as... is it... Yeah, it's way wider. Okay, what else do we have in tier 5? Okay, we could actually knock that one out today as well. I'm gonna hold off on these two till after, or at the end of my next stream. I'll probably do these two. I think my next stream we will do Power Slug and hard drive hunting. But I am going to call it here for this stream. I appreciate you all joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll catch you in the next stream. Take care.